Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today I've been on a train down to London and back for a service review meeting. I've been out of the house for 13 hours or so for what was a 2-hour meeting. And in 2018, is that really a good use of time? In this particular case, it has been very useful to meet the client and some of their people. It has been useful because while I have communicated with them via electronic means for some time now, it's the first time I've been able to put faces to names, but also it's the first time I've been able to understand a little more about their character and their mannerisms, and get that, I guess, the additional information that you get that you only get when you talk to somebody in person. The communication that you have between somebody is not just about the transmission of the words that somebody has to say. It's the other smaller things as well that make up the whole picture of the communication. And having that additional information, plus I've met some of these people for the first time today, it was interesting because I've received more feedback about the system than I've ever had. Some of it's good, some of it's less good, things that could be done better, but also I've understood now the approach that some people are taking with it, and some people are very pragmatic and go, yeah, problems happen. Let's not spend too much time pointing fingers as to where the problems lay. Let's learn the lessons, certainly, but let's move on. And that, to me, has always been a very helpful attitude to take. Sometimes, especially where contracts are involved, people can spend a lot of time apportioning blame because there's financial penalties or rewards depending on which side of the fence you're sitting on. So a lot of time can be spent looking into that kind of thing. The reason I've gone into all of this tonight is about feedback. Just looking at it very quickly on Wikipedia, the internet, a feedback loop is the equivalent of having a vicious or virtuous circle, something that accelerates or deaccelerates, or a warming trend. Well, I'm not quite sure what warming trend is, and to tie this in with what we've been talking about these past few days, the £1,000 goal by the end of August, the managing your money aspect of things, the 40-40-20 rule. I guess the feedback loop part of this is, as human beings, we need a certain amount of feedback to give ourselves positive confirmation. And so as you set out on this journey, how do we define that positive confirmation? Because we can define it ourselves, we can define it to be whatever we want it to be. So for example, is getting to the 15th of August and reaching the £500 mark a suitable feedback? that we have confirmation that we're on the right lines, we're on track. Are we looking at this more in a logarithmic kind of way? So in a logarithmic graph, instead of something happening in a straight line, so by the 15th of August we've reached £500, it may not be until, say, the 23rd of August that we might, to try and do it right way for camera, it might go slowly over time to start with and slowly ramp up, but as time goes further on it ramps up more quickly. And so yes, it's taken 23 days of the month to get to £500, but on day 23 we hit 500, and in another 7 days we've hit £1,000. So I guess the feedback loop is part of the setting targets and trying to be realistic about setting these, so that they don't, so they help create the positive energy, they help reinforce the positive energy. And yeah, okay, if you miss them, then you know you've missed them, but at least if you make the effort to try and set them to be realistic and they should be reachable, then when you do reach them it should be that extra bit of motivation and enthusiasm to spur you on to continue on to reach your goal. Yeah, so that's just really today's thoughts. Until tomorrow, bye for now.